Hey, what's up guys? I'm back again. This is going to be another collection review. I've bought a lot of pieces since December, which was the last time I did one of these. Also, that was done in standard definition, and this one's going to be in HD. I kind of went statue crazy in January. You know how it is, you don't buy stuff for a while, you start to get the itch and you got to see new stuff, so I kind of just like bought everything that I had a little bit of interest in, and yeah, I sold off a couple that I didn't want to keep, and now I'm in the difficult position of trying to decide what to keep, and I'm running out of space with some pre-orders coming in this year. Got the Prime 1 Arkham stuff, which looks amazing in photos, so I'm really excited to see that stuff. And then also custom Magneto by Danny Hines, which I'm super excited about to get a worthy Magneto in my collection. Alright, so without further ado, some stuff has moved around obviously because I have very limited space. One of the pieces I moved out here was my Conan Fury of the Beast. I'll try to, pieces that I've already talked about in the past, I won't go over too much again. I'll just say that this is probably the most underrated piece that I own. I truly think it is underrated because people don't talk about it much, and I think it's because Conan isn't as big of a character. But this statue is very worthy of all the attention that it should get. This is by far, I think, Troy McDivitt's best sculpt. It's a fantastic, fantastic piece. Then these are the new ones I've got here, which are the Avengers movie setup. So Iron Studios is a pretty new company. They did this Iron Man, Captain America, and they are freaking awesome. Best movie-based statues I've seen yet. Here, I will get some close-ups here. And if you guys want any kind of more in-depth reviews, just like leave comments on my thread, and you know, I'll try to get to them next. You can see here, man, the paint apps are really awesome. It's really shiny. Some people complained about the gold being off, but for me, I think it looks beautiful. It's a nice contrast to the bright reds that are going on. Really cool details along the base. It's all good. I'll even light it up for you guys. There you go. Super bright light. It's kind of hard to pick up, but it's really, really nice. He goes for like, I don't know, $1,000 or something like that, a little bit more, but I think he's worth it compared to what other Iron Man statues are going for. This is Captain America. This is another amazing, amazing piece. Let's see if we can focus. There you go. Yeah, it freaking looks like the actors like in your house. It's insane. It's the best face, like realistic face that I've ever seen on a statue. Artistic faces, you know, I like Sideshow, like when they do like guys like Lobo, the original Wolverine premium format Sabertooth. I think those are better, but those are more comic based. And then here, I really wanted a Hulk to fit with this team. If I didn't get any other characters from the movies, I'd be okay with just having these three. But I really wanted a Hulk. I always really liked this Hulk maquette, but I never pulled the trigger just because, you know, I don't know, I didn't feel like spending the money. I already had the Hulk premium format, the original, but I got a pretty good deal on it. He's going for pretty cheap right now. It originally comes in sort of like a bright green, kind of lime green color. It didn't bother me at first. I really love the statue, but reading people's comments kind of started to convince me like, hey, you know what, maybe his color should be different. I started looking at pictures from the movies, and he should be a lot darker. My wife even said the original paint, he kind of looks spongy, because they did a lot of because of the light color and the speckled sort of paint that they did on him. He looked like, my wife said, like the stuff you buy at the craft store for flowers, for you to stick fake flowers in. So anyways, I repainted this guy, spent a lot of time doing it. I do everything by hand. So I use a brush and acrylics, and I just do many light coats. So I painted him a really dark greenish blue first, and then layered him up with lighter colors, did texture with him to give him some spots and, like, you know, variation in his skin, and then worked in warm colors over on top of that, and, you know, tweak things here and there. But for me, I think it looks awesome. Not to toot my own horn, but I think it turned out really, really good. And yeah, super excited, happy with this piece. So I could recommend that piece for anybody. I think you should buy it, even if it's not painted, repainted. I think it just looks really beautiful. You can get them for under 500 bucks shipped right now. So it's really hard to beat for how much statue you get. Then here is the Hellboy bus that I have. This is from Sideshow Collectibles as well. This is actually based off of the, I guess they used the sculpt to help pitch the movie, I think, to Ron Perlman in the studios. So it has a really cool unfinished piece feel to it. It feels like real art, like if you were to see this in a museum. It's one of my favorite pieces. I will never sell it. I already threw away the box. It will be like a staple in my collection forever. It's just really, really classy looking. And if you're a Hellboy fan, it's you know, a must buy for me. Then, you know, there's my artwork on the walls. And then we'll go into the main room. Let's slowly come into focus. Here is my main collection room slash bedroom slash office. So it's been updated. Many things have come in and things have been moved around. So we'll start over here again. Ghost in the Shell poster. It's one of my favorite animes ever. It's from Mondo. It was only available through their convention, which was 2 years ago. It was the first ever Mondo convention. And I think they might have had a regular version, but this one is like the foil printed one. I actually had to buy it from a guy on the street because they sold out of them when I was there. So I had to pay like 225 bucks or something for it. But for me, it's worth it. I like it. It's not many of them made. Some other art, original art, and then these are the guys that started it all for me. I started collecting these Soda Street Fighter figures. I think it's Jerry from PCS. He started off doing Soda stuff, so he actually sculpted all these, except for that Chun-Li figure. That's from something else. Alright, I'm going to try to make this video not as long. So, alright, the big change in my display, right, is I used to have the Ninja Turtles up there, but I got these big guys in and I had nowhere to put them. So luckily they fit up there. My original plan was to have Galactus next to Sentinel, but Galactus is just too damn tall. I almost was going to sell Galactus, but I maneuvered some more stuff around. I was able to squeeze him in here, and I'm glad I did because he really is an awesome piece. So let's just go up here. I'll do super quick reviews and give you some close-ups. Let me get up here. Alright. So there's Thanos. Really nice piece. He's not perfect. You know, I think I was a little more high on him when I first got him, opened up the box. You kind of get that statue high. It's worn off a little bit. There's things that I see with him that I wish were better. A lot of it just has to do sculpt-wise. The paints don't bother me. I prefer a more detailed paint, but it's pretty good. Plus, with the lighting I have set up in here, I think he's pretty dynamic. He's large and pretty massive, so I won't be selling him anytime soon. But he's not my favorite piece, but he's good. Then here is Sentinel maquette. I had just gotten this in. This is pretty freaking awesome. You know, the paint app on it I think is 10 out of 10, A+. It's really, really detailed. You can see there's like scuffs and marks everywhere. I'm not a huge fan of the glowing yellow that they painted around the edges, but you know, when it's lit up you don't really notice it. It actually adds to it. It's just when it's not lit I don't love it because, you know, you can tell it's painted. I think it's a very hard effect to paint. Let's see though. It's just really, really nice paint job. If you guys want a more detailed review of this piece or any other piece that I have in my collection, just like I said, leave a comment and I'll try to get to it. But yeah, I set a bunch of these puck lights from IKEA up here, and it creates kind of a cool underlighting. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, the ceiling actually installed the IKEA lights up there as well. I always wanted like some recessed lighting, but because I live in an apartment, I can only do so much, right? I can't install lights and stuff like that. But these screw right into the ceiling. The wires are a little bit of an eyesore, but not really. Not when you're in the room seeing it in person. I think it adds a lot. It just creates some really cool spotlight in the room that I otherwise would be missing. Here, figures already gone over. There's more stuff that kind of started my whole collection going. I still have one hot toy left, which is that Hellboy in the back. Some anime figures of just different fighting girls that I grew up liking a lot. Some different video game characters here. Here's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Good Smile Company. These are pretty cool. My wife likes them a lot, so I won't be selling them because she won't let me. But for me, I think they're good. I don't need them necessarily. I think I could do without those statues. I can make space for other stuff, but like I said, my wife likes it. And then here's Hellboy. Here's another one of my prized possessions. I will never sell this guy. I mean, there's a lot of pieces of my collection I would never sell, but he's really at the top, or near the top. He's as good as any other premium format ever made, period. It's just that not everybody's a fan of the character. So, you know, for me, I'm biased. I love the character, and I think it's perfectly sculpted. The coat is, like, awesome. It's really thick material. It's heavy. It's got great stitching. It's a small stitching, too, so it doesn't look like, you know, sometimes the problem I had with the Superman premium format is the underwear had this, like, giant stitching in it, and it kind of looked like a doll because of it. But the stitching is small enough where it feels like it's a coat that they shrunk down with a shrink ray or something. Here is what I believe to be one of the grailiest of grails. Punisher. I think he's just freaking awesome, awesome piece. Damn amazing. I will never sell this guy. Just so much detail. Perfect sculpt. The most perfect sculpt, I think, of any statue ever. The cloth looks real. It's just so amazing. If you guys want a review, I could do it. But there's some pretty good ones out there already, so I think you know my 2 cents on that guy. It's Galactus. I just did a review on him, so his eyes were not lit up in my review before, so now you can see them lit up now. So I did not get a dud. This is pretty damn cool. I just used some thick glass that I set on top, and I kind of brace it to support it, because the thing he's sitting on is just a dresser, a cabinet that I get from Target, so they don't hold a lot of weight, but because of the way I distribute the weight, it feels pretty sturdy, so I'd be really surprised if it ever caved on me or anything. Iron Man bust. Freaking awesome. Cannot recommend that enough. I have the custom decal that I made for it. You can see. This gives a little more detail to it. Otherwise, it's just a flat, glowing blue. To be honest, I think it looks terrible when it's just the blue. Once I added that decal, I think it just changed the whole piece for me. I love this piece. I think it's very underrated. People don't really give it a lot of love, especially compared to other busts that are out there. And here are my 2 favorite statues. I guess Venom for sure is. Carnage is just as cool though. But Venom's my favorite character as well. Let's see. It's just, damn it, he's so damn good. It's like it's not picking up on camera, but he's got all these like color variations in his eyes as well. It's not just white. The skin has just awesome paint, so much detail. The base is simplistic, but it still tells a story. The Daily Bugle on there, it's just freaking cool as shit. And then same thing with Carnage, you know, just amazing sculpt, amazing color choices. This really what I think Sideshow does best is that they have really great painters, prototype painters. You know, you could argue about their China factories and how good of painters they get for that. They seem to have been figuring that out lately, but when it comes to prototypes, they're the best. You cannot argue it. As when it goes to QC, you know, right now XM has that crown. Here you go, here's Rogue and Gambit, 2 really amazing pieces. Rogue. I repainted the shit out of that face because the original face looks like a drag queen. It looks freaking terrible. I didn't just repaint it, but actually like painted it in a way that it restructured her face, because I think just like certain things like her lips, the edges of her lips were sculpted out way too far. Her nose was pinched too far in. Her eyes were kind of flared up too much. It didn't have like a nice round shape to it, so she didn't look cute, you know. So I updated all that, and now I love it. Don't have to mess anything with Gambit because he's freaking awesome. Amazing piece. If you're a Gambit fan, I think he is just pretty much badass. It's a must buy. Then here is the controversial Sabertooth piece with his pajama clothes. I talked about this in length before, so I won't go over it again like my other review, but just kind of zoom in. It's probably I think the best sculpted face on any statue. It's just freaking awesome. Like you can see though, the shadows kind of hide that cloth that people have issues with. Second best sculpted face. Actually, Punisher is pretty damn good too. Let's see if I can zoom in here. See if we can get in. There we go. Love this face. Just looks pissed off. I love this piece. People are so torn on it, you know. People like the comic cat better, they like the XM version better, and it's good. People have choices, but for me, this is my number one. And I guess this is the King of Grails, right here. I don't have the EX version, so I guess it's not the king, but it's the next best thing. So I have a custom pedestal that I got from Invictus Designs, Invictus Studios, I forget. But if you want one, you can actually contact him. Just search it up online, Invictus Designs, and you can order one from him. I think it was about 350 bucks. Now, just to be clear though, I repainted mine. I wasn't a fan really of the painting that he did on it, but so I painted a more rich gold, different layers of gold. I did really slick clear gloss on the top, so the liquid looks like really liquidy. And then I brushed way more detail into the base of the griffin and inside the stone so that it matched the stone of Doom's base more. And you could see just all the detail on Doom. You know, people always talk about how detailed the space is and that's why they like it, but for me I think it's just this sort of like this feel that this piece gives off, this emotion just hidden sitting there. If you notice too, this is actually a custom fur piece that I put around his neck. For me, I just think it looks badass. He looks like a pimp. So it cost me like, you know, 10 bucks to buy a strip of fur. I just cut it down, I gave it a haircut so it was, you know, the right length, so it wasn't all super long. And I just hang it right over his shoulders, so it doesn't like have to be glued on or anything. It doesn't ruin your piece. You just lay it right on top. It's actually a piece, this piece, you know, people talk about it a lot. They don't think it's worth the money. And, you know, dude, it's expensive as shit, so I can't argue. But my wife wasn't a huge fan of it when I first got it. And as it was displayed longer, I put the fur on there eventually. She actually thinks, I think she has it ranked as like one of her top 4 pieces that I own. So, and she's unbiased. She doesn't like any comic book character more than other than Rogue. She likes Rogue, but so it's a good example of how awesome this piece is. I wouldn't recommend anybody that doesn't have the expendable income to spend that kind of cash on a statue though. Go and invest it in something else, buy a car or something, or actually cars are bad investments, but just do anything else other than buy that statue. Here's pieces up top. Beautiful, beautiful Black Widow, highly underrated. I freaking love it. I think it's the best female sculpt that I've ever seen. Hawkeye, people really like the XM version. In XM version, I have no gripes against it. I think it's a beautiful piece. I just like the Hawkeye sideshow better. I like the face better. I like the sculpt better. just the pose and everything and the colors. I like the classic feel of it. Here's Hulk. This is my number 2 favorite piece. This will never be sold. It's just incredibly amazing. I'm sure there's plenty of reviews on this guy online already. Gotta get too close, but you can see just the detail on him. Simplistic yet gorgeous, and just freaking amazing. I wish I would have bought like 10 of these back in the day. Not that I'm a flipper or anything, but I totally would. It's Captain America. Really awesome piece as well. I repainted the face on him. The regular face paint is pretty like a bland kind of skin tone, so we can get up close to him. Just painted it to be more lifelike. I only painted the regular head. I didn't do the EX version. I never display it, so I figure if I were to ever sell him, which I don't plan on it, I'll just leave the EX version alone in case it bothers someone to not have the original paint. Here's the new Thor PF. Freaking awesome piece. There's a lot of reviews on him already too. I think he's beautiful, beautiful piece. I really think it's a 10 out of 10. It's just perfect. It's Iron Man Comiquette. This is the stealth version that was customized to the red and gold. I bought it on eBay. I guess the guy actually got it painted by the original guy that did the prototype for Sideshow. So the paints were the way they were supposed to be. I got a really good deal on it. The thing that sucked though is when it got in the mail, there was a chip on his inner thigh. The batteries that he shipped with me were loose, so it must have dinged it. So super disappointing. He gave me like a $50 refund or whatever, so it's alright. Kind of disappointing, but always sucks to not have a mint piece. Alright, so there's that, and then we're gonna scooch over here. This is my Star Wars corner. Oh, also, if you thought I got rid of my turtles, F no. Here's my turtles. I did like them better in their old spot in front of their pictures, but there's just no space for them. Nothing else fits in this corner because the Vesta is so high and my ceiling's low. So camera cut out on me there. So let's start off at these Star Wars statues then. I cannot say enough about all these Mythos statues. I think they're just top notch. Whenever people come over, they're always one of my guests' favorite pieces to look at, especially this Darth Vader. People always really love it. It's coming off really, really bright in person. I mean, on camera, which kind of sucks. Kind of getting blown out a little bit. There we go. Obi-Wan. I wonder about the value of these, because you know, they're riding at a decent amount right now, about, I would say like $7.50 a piece, something like that. But with all the Star Wars stuff going on, the movie, and then like future, they're gonna come out with like a Boba Fett. What is it, Boba Fett and Han Solo movie, and then a Solo Obi-Wan movie, and then also I think possibly Darth Maul might show up in the next ones. I don't know. He's not dead, so I wonder if the value of these guys are all going to go up at all. I think they're deserving as such. I really just think it's because their 1/5 scale is the only thing that held them back. But one thing I like about it is that they're really easy to display, except for like Boba Fett's tall ass gun and Darth Maul's white ass lightsabers. But yeah, I just think that they're nice to display. As a set, they're just really, really nice. You can stick them in a corner, and it creates its own little collection. So yeah, I think I am spent talking about my statues. So I'll do one more kind of pass. So here you go. Ninja Turtles, Star Wars. I pretty much go to sleep looking at this stuff. I wake up looking at this stuff. I'm around it all day long, so I can't really complain. Yeah, alright, so guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and like I said like 5 times in this video already, if there's a particular piece that you think looks cool in my collection that you might want to see more of, I could do some more close-ups, give you my opinions whether or not you should buy it. Just leave a message, a comment, anything. And yeah, thanks for spending your time with me, listening to my voice. Thank you. Have a nice day.